All right. When y'all rise, enemies be scattered. And then the hater must flee. When y'all rise, enemies be scattered. And then the hater must flee. When y'all rise, enemies be scattered. And then the hater must flee. Let all heaven and earth be silent as Yahuwah into his tabernacle. Let all heaven and earth be silent as Yahuwah into his tabernacle. Let all heaven and earth be silent. Let all heaven and earth be silent this day as Yahuwah into his tabernacle. Let all heaven and earth be silent this day. This day is Shabbat, beginning Yom Shishi, beginning Yom Shabbat. Let all earth be silent, heaven and earth be silent as Yahuwah into his tabernacle. Let us rise, blowing in the shofar, and from there we will pray and ask petitions before Yah. Yeshua, we thank you. All praises to your name today, Yah. All praises good to you, Yeshua, for your word to be praised, Yah. For there's none like you, Yeshua, in this house. On the heavens above, on the earth, there's none like you. Truly, you is the most high. You is the most high. You rule and reign on everything, Yeshua. We bless your name today, Yah. We praise you today, Yah, on this Shabbat day, Yeshua. For you made the fish of the seas, the fowls of the air, the beasts of the field. You created every creeping thing on the earth, Yeshua. You gave seed for me, for man. You made the vine for man to drink, Yeshua. Yeshua, you made the sun, the moon, the stars, the oceans, the dry land, the seas. Yeshua, you made man from the dirt. You made man from your image. You made him from the dirt, you gave him breath of life. You made a living soul, Yah. You made female the same, Yeshua, from the rib of Adam, Yah. Oh, Yeshua, you did these things in 6 days. And you blessed the 6 days, Yeshua. You said it was good, but on the 7th day, Yeshua, you rested and you sanctified it and you blessed it, Yeshua, forevermore. And we come because you commanded Yeshua to worship you on this day, to give you reverence. Yeshua, to reverence your sanctuary. You said, remember Shabbat, to keep it holy. And we're going to do the same as they told them, as you told them. And it is passed down to generations to generations to generations to now, as it passed down to remember Shabbat, keep it holy. And we remember it right now, this day and this hour, Yeshua. Remember right now, September the 20th, 2019. Yeshua, we praise you, we thank you, we give you glory, we give you honor, we thank you, for there's none like you, Yeshua. And we bless your name today for your worthy praise, to call on the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, call the name on Yeshua HaMashiach. We call your name today, Yah. We call your name. We come to worship you today on the Shabbat day, Yeshua, for your worthy. And we are thankful, Yah, that you gave us a breath of life, that we may praise you, Yeshua. There's some right now in the grave that can't even praise you, Yeshua. They are dead now. They're the dead know nothing. There's no wisdom and nothing under the grave, Yeshua. But we are amongst the living today. While we have breath in our lungs, Yeshua, we'll praise your name. Breath in our lungs, Yeshua, we seek your face. We got the hands to use, feet to use, Yeshua. We have eyes to see, ears to hear, Yah. Our heart is beating, Yeshua. Our blood's going through our veins, Yah. And we thank you, Yeshua, with a roof over our head. We thank you for the place where your name is that dwells on 118 Cheney Avenue. We may worship Yeshua HaMashiach, where your name resides in this place, Yeshua. We thank you, Lord. We thank you, Yah. We thank you, Yah. We thank you. And we praise you, Yeshua. Again, we praise you. I ask you to bless everyone that's on their way out here that's trying to make it to Shabbat. I ask you to bless Sister Sue Elder King, that faithful enough to be in the house of y'all today. I thank you for blessing Brother Favor that called earlier today. We had a chance to talk to him. Yeah, he's doing well, Yeshua. I'm asking you to continue to bless him. Minister Richard, my brother, Yeshua, and everyone that desires to be in the house, y'all, that desires to come this way, y'all, that's keeping the Shabbat, I ask you to be with them today, Yeshua. Say Abba's prayer together. Our Abba, which art in Shamarine, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in Ruts as it is in Shamarine. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Aman may be seated in the house of Yahuwah. Praise him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I welcome everybody to Bethel Saturday Church. I am Bishop Robert K. Harrison Jr. I welcome you to the house of Yah on this day, on Yom Shishin, the beginning of Yom Shabbat. Today is September the 20th, 2019. And I bless you to the house of Yah, the beginning of Shabbat. And it's good again, like I was telling Brother Favor earlier, I'm kind of excited now. It is Shabbat, you know. And like I said, all week long, and hustling and bustling and working and striving to get bills paid and everything. I'm trying to keep mine right, fighting the devil every time I get a chance. He's fighting me, I'm fighting him back. You know, and all this, and tempting this, and tempting that, and, you know, eyes looking at this or what. But like I said, today is the Shabbat. I'm glad we can be in the house of Yahuwah this day. I'm glad we can give praise him today and seek his face today. We can give him honor today and give him glory today, for he's worthy for all that anyway. He's worthy. He's worthy for that. So I'm thankful to be in the house of Yahuwah. I'm thankful. All right, the time of the services we are in, beginning of Shabbat starting at 7. We got Shabbat starting at 11:30. That's tomorrow, which is the same day of Shabbat. And we got Yahuwah study instruction of Torah starting at 7 on Yom Revi again this Wednesday on Yom Revi. I'll probably not be here again. That'll start the fair in Craven County, so I will be there. And compare the next Shabbat. I think I have Minister Richard here to preach the word to you. I won't be here either on the beginning of Shabbat of the Kings. Apologize. I will be at the fairgrounds on Shabbat. In the beginning of Shabbat, up there trying to raise up money so I can get that push. Have Yeshua shirts and Jesus shirts and be out there ministering on a Shabbat day, on next Shabbat. So that is the schedule going on, but we do have services on Shabbat. And then on Yom Revi and beginning of Shabbat, we do have services. All right, and the phone number at Bethel is 910-388-5295, and your bishop phone number is 910-381-3056. That is my phone number. Again, you need to know the times of the services, or you know have any questions about the scriptures or what we teach about, please give us a call. You just want to be encouraged and lifted up. Believe me, I got an encouraging word for you. I will speak the name of Yah. If I'm down, I'll lift you up. Because if I'm lifting you up, vice versa, that same word going, you will come back and encourage me. So I had no problem encouraging you. I had no problem lifting up the name. But when two or three are together in his name, he is in the midst. That's one thing. And two, you know, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 wouldn't every word be established. So we are establishing his name and his presence and his word in our circumference, in our area. So I have no problems encouraging you, lifting up the name of Yeshua, because that is the name. Creed of Bethel is Ephesians 4:5. We believe in one Yahuwah, one faith, one baptism, one Yahuwah. There's only one that we serve. The death, burial, resurrection is the one faith, and we believe in baptism as one baptism. You must be born in the water and the spirit. You must be born again. You must be buried in likeness with Yeshua. Together, planted together with Yeshua through burial. And through burial is the baptism. It's getting ready, the old man, getting ready to get rid of the sins and coming up as a new man, a new creature in Yeshua. As Yeshua rose, you come out that water, you become a new creature with your sins washed away. So we do teach baptism in him. And we baptize in the name of Yeshua. There's other name that man must be saved at the name of Yeshua. He said that too in repentance, remission of sins. So we preach beginning in Jerusalem, and that's where Apostle Peter, he spoke the word. And he told everybody, repent and be baptized in the name of Yeshua, every one of you. And he said, you shall receive the gift of the Rock of Dish. He said that, and it says to you and your children afar off. Apostle Peter said that. So in the name we preach. He said, do anything in his name, the Father would do it. And when Apostle Paul said, he said, when you do the word and deed, do all in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, to give Yahuwah the glory. Okay. I don't know if I missed anything else. Oh yeah, well, since I'm speaking, still need to keep it Bethel in prayer. We're still looking for a place to worship. You know, and like I said, time is coming soon and near. The Boys and Girls Club, the representatives came through the building and they started, looking around and stuff like that. So, that's our sign. Pretty soon we will not be here any longer. So we'll be transferring to some other place. I'm praying that Yahuwah will continue on and look out for us. We're still looking for a place to worship. So, but I'm thankful for y'all that right now we're at 118 Cheney Avenue worshiping him here at this location still, Oh, blessed be his name. All right, if I ain't forget anything, again, repeating your ears again, the Craven County Fair starts this week, so I will not be here probably a couple of weeks. Probably won't be able to see me. But I have Minister Richard or Brother Fabian should be coming back in the middle of October. So, all right, I'm going to pass the microphone around. Got Elder King here. I know he'll get up and say real quick, and I got Sister Sue in our presence today. All right, Elder King, give him praise. All right, you're going to say something. You're going to preach, man.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's my preaching extent. And I love y'all. And I love you also. And I love Sister Sue. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate you bringing something. All right, Sister Sue, bless him. All right, Sister Sue, are you with us today?
Yes, that's unmuted.
Unmuted.
I guess I'm just blessed to be here today, and I am going to read Psalms 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Elohim, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery, and upon the harp, with a solemn sound. For thou, Elohim, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Elohim, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Elohim, art most high forever, evermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Elohim, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eyes also shall see my desires on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who be planted in the house of Elohim shall flourish in the courts of our Yah. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Elohim is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him.
My. There's no unrighteousness in him. Praise him. All right. Thank Yahuwah again. Bless his name. Thank Yahuwah for keeping me. Had a chance to go to Washington, D.C. yesterday. Went to see a VA rep, Mr. Leon. Nice old gentleman. You can tell he was a vet. And just something about these DA vets, man. But I went in to work on my claim. The military just straight jacking me around and not giving what they're supposed to be giving me. So instead of going here, we tried to go a little bit higher, another route. So I thank Yahuwah for getting me there and back to Washington. It was a drive. We left Wednesday night, got there Thursday, worked all day Thursday, yesterday. Brother Fred had a chance to visit his mother and surprise her on her birthday. She was so surprised. They didn't know that he was coming, which was awesome. And then we drove all the way back last night and I got in about 6 o'clock this morning. So it's been crazy. I thank Yahuwah for getting us there and back. Traveling mercies, His hedge of protection over us, His keys around us, keeping us. And I'm believing again the package that I just sent in today that is going to reach Washington and Washington Post right there in Baltimore. I believe that they're going to see this time, and I believe in Yeshua that they're going to raise my percentage this time. You know, it's going to start something. The ball's going to start rolling. And I thank Yahuwah. I thank you, Sister Sue, is touching me and praying as well. But that's what I believe. You know, it's just, you know, I'm trying to do things that, you know, at least I know is legal and right, and I know that it's not, it's like I said, that you don't owe me, but it's due. You know, it's like now I'm doing something right. You know, that, you know, this happened to me, and like I said, that, you know, they have to give me what it's worth. You know, what happened. It's like they ain't doing that. It ain't like I'm still involved in cheating somebody, but I'm not. I'm being honest and true about the situation. Something that did happen in the past, and I should be compensated for it. So I thank Yahuwah, and I believe in Yahuwah because I put it on the altar. And before I mailed it off, I brought it here in my big envelope, and I said, Yahuwah, you know what's going on. I know I've been truthful to you and everything. I have not lied, and let them know what this is what happened, and give me what's rightly deserved to me. And I already told Yahuwah that I would give it to him anyway. Everything I got, I give to Yahuwah anyway. I put meat in the storehouse, that his name may be glorified, and that his name be praised. Everything that I do, that's what I want anyway. So once I said that, I guess Satan's back. Because I guess he heard it leaked out that this dude gives everything to Yahuwah. You got that right. I'm going to give everything to Yah. He has everything. But like I said, I give it to him, and he'll bless it a lot more than me trying to do something with it. When I give it to him, he'll use it for something else or for his glory. So me using it for my own self, you know. But I thank Yahuwah again, how he kept us on the road and the highways and the byways and stuff. I just thank y'all for that. I thank for y'all for the fellowship I had yesterday with Brother Fran and Minister Jordan. Minister Jordan went. He was there. I don't know if you met Minister Jordan. You probably know. Yeah, short guy. Yeah. He used to go to Charlotte and everything. Yeah. He was there, but he had some good word. He was speaking. He kind of kept me woke at 2 o'clock there, driving to about 6 o'clock when I gave up the wheel. Boy, he was a help. It gets sometimes that dark time, long night time, dark, but eyes want to fold up, man, when you're driving. But I'm thankful that the words that he spoke Yeshua, Yah. I'm thankful that we can speak the Darbarim. You know, our conversation was in him. It was spiritual. You know, it was rock. And I'm thankful for that. There didn't have to be nothing about the word about no baseball game, football game. You know, the football game was on last night. We didn't even talk about that. I'm thankful that we talk about living life. And there's always life in Yeshua. There's always life in Yah. And that's where you live at. When you start talking and praising Him and living Him, that's your life. That's your breathing. That's your health. That is your well-being. So I'm thankful that what we was talking about yesterday and last night, you know, it helped my soul out. Okay. I don't have much to speak about, but we want to talk a little bit about the fruits of the Spirit. A little bit. We're going to go to Galatians chapter 5, verse 23. I had a little something. I ain't giving you my main thing. Y'all gave me something this week. I seen something this week that I've been talking to Yahuwah about it. I might speak on it a little bit tomorrow. He might give me something different. He always do that too. I think I have something. Yahuwah switch it up quick. So Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, and it says, but the fruit of the rock is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay. It says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And we already know if the law comes, there's got to be a judgment. We already know if the law is coming. But I want to talk about those fruits of the Spirit. I thank y'all for that. I want to talk about a man, Mr. Amos, some man that, you know, he just passed a couple of days ago. They had his funeral today, Mr. Amos Bradley. But there's something about this man that I look upon this man, the love, the joy, the peace, the long suffering, the gentleness, the goodness, the faith, the meekness, and the temperance that was in this man. I seen it, and I always marveled at him, and I said, God, I want to be like this man, as in the character of the spiritual part of it. When meekness, when you see a man meekness, you might think, man, that he ain't no powerful in him, he's soft. But meekness, man, he got the power of Yah in him, he's strong. Long suffering, you know, long suffering, just bearing things. I seen this man just I never seen anything, you know, he raised his voice out. If he holds something, man, you know, you didn't see he jumped the gun or anything like that, but seeing him long suffering, you know, seeing him patient, goodness, see the love, the caring of it, you know, the meekness, but most of all, you see the joy and the love, the joy out of this man. I just want to say I seen fruits. I seen the Spirit of Yah in this man. And I always marveled that, you know, to see a man like that. You don't see many men like that. But a lot of men got mouths, they will speak. And that's what you're supposed to do. But when you see a man that's very meek, quiet, peaceful, gentle, you know, temperance, self-control, long-suffering, you don't see many men like that today in this hour. Like you said, Yeshua is all like that. In the time that he was going to the cross, Yeshua is definitely like that. But I seen this man like this one time. I marveled at this man saying, Yah, this is some of the characters I want of him to be in me, bestowed in me like this. You know, especially, you know, the meekness and the gentle, you know, the kind, you know, the long, especially long suffering, man, the bearing with people. Because we already shared that in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'll go over that again. I love speaking this again because I'm rehearsing. When I speak things again, it's not only for you, church. It's only for me the same. I'm not speaking again. I'm rehearsing this stuff in my ears. Not just because I'm saying it out there so y'all can hear me talk. But a lot of times, when I'm speaking out of this dabarim, it's for me. I'm speaking it so my big ears can hear these things. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Charity, we're going to put love in the place of charity. Love suffer long and is kind. Love envies not. Love vaunteth not itself. Love not puffed up. Love does not behave itself unseemly. Love seeks not her own. Love is not easily provoked and thinks no evil. Love thinks no evil. Love rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things. Love believes all things. Love hope all things. Love endure all things. And again, that's called love. And that's love is the first fruit, which I learned. The first fruit in Galatians, it shows love. It says the fruit, and it says such as there's no law. Such as there's no law. And especially in the love like this have, and the love never fails, but it says, but love bears all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure all things. Love rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in truth. You know, love suffer long, love is kind, love envies not, love is not vaunted not itself, love is not puffed up. Love. And I love how it talks about the love, but think about the other fruits I'm talking about too. You know, these things. These are the things that we need to work on in ourselves daily. When we get up in the morning and we praising Yah, seeking Yah's face, and we walking in the day, in and out of our days, going and walking that path where we're going, these are the characteristics that we need to work on. Everybody needs to work on these things every day. That's why I'm saying, that's why he says the inner man is renewed day by day. The old man perishes, but the inner man is renewed. So when you have a renewal of the inner man, that's good because the past is yesterday. And if you have failed one of these marks, You can repent and give it to Yahuwah, but you have a brand new start, a new day. Inner man who works on the fruits that are in front of you. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5. We're just talking a little bit. Verse 1 and down. Let's go to verse 3. Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of Shamarim. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And I like that in verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yah. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yah. Blessed are the peacemakers. That's what Yah says. Yeshua says that. Verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of Shamarim. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in Shamarim. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. They persecuted the prophets before you. But I want to say that blessed are they, and these are saying the fruits that we've seen in Galatians and the love we've seen in Corinthians. Verse 5, he says, blessed are the meek, for they inherit the earth. The meek. What meek means you humble. When you humble, Yahuwah will raise you up. If you're proud, he will base. He will bring you down low. If you're proudful, but you meek and you're humble, Yah always bring the meek and humble up. He always raises them up. Blessed which do they hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. And hunger and thirst after righteousness is to be obedient to Yah's laws and his statutes, his commandments, judgments, precepts. And when you're doing that, you shall be filled. Yahuwah says those things. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Merciful. You know, that means you are forgiving. Merciful. You know, you're not trying to kill somebody for somebody's wrongness. You know, and merciful. You know, you're being lenient on somebody that wrongdoing. You know, like y'all said in James, he says, love covered the multitude of sin. Love covers the multitude of sin. That's being merciful. When you're merciful, that's part of covering sin. You know, you're being merciful. You know, and you're giving that person the right chance to live as you are living. You're not forgetting what man that you was at one time. Because we all was in sin. We all faltered. We all came short of the glory of Yahuwah. And you're picturing yourself when you're being merciful. You remember that you were that same wicked man. You were saying at one time. So when you give mercy for somebody, you know, you asking y'all still forgive what you have done, man. Even though y'all has forgiven you, but you were getting a reflection of things that you did in the past too. That's why you're being merciful for this man. So may Yahuwah be compassionate on this man. May Yahuwah bring this man up to a new man. To come to the place of repentance and turn from his wicked ways. That's being merciful. And I say merciful, being compassionate. And then it says right here, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of Yah, Shamarim. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice, be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in Shamarim, for so persecute they the prophets which were before you. And another thing, when they persecute you, that's called self-control. That's called temperance right there. Because we got to have self-control when people are persecuting us and saying all revile evil against us and saying all manner of things against us, because naturally we gonna get back. Naturally we gonna speak back. You know? Talk back. Get even. Revenge. Thank y'all for that. We don't revile now. We don't get back at it. You know, that's called temperance, self-control. He says, blessed man, that's what Yahushua wants. You know? Praise him. Staying on chapter 5. Let's go to verse 34. Same chapter. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by Shamri, or for it is Yah's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by your head, because you cannot not make one hair white or black. But let your communications be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than this come of evil. And I like that how Yeshua said that. That's a good way to say it. Don't be saying, don't expressing yourself, don't speak a lot more. If you can say no, say no. If you can say yes, no and yes. Anything between that, it can express evil. You know, that's why I'm saying yes and no is a good part of self-control, and it's a good part of temperance. When you say yes and no. And I like how you said, just say yes. Or just say no. And leave it at that. Don't explain yourself. Don't add to it. Don't take from it. When you come into a situation, I'm just talking about how you be merciful. How you have temperance and self-control. How you can be meek and how you can be gentle. You know, how you can be kind. How you can be peaceful. These are things of the fruits, and like you said, Yeshua was trying to help somebody, just saying yes or no. That your yeas be yeas, and your nays be nays. That's what he was talking about. And it says, so whatsoever is more than this cometh of evil. Verse 37. Verse 38. You have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite you on the right cheek, turn the other also. You know what I'm saying? It just saying, as one just turn one foot and the other one turn the other one, bear the same thing, like Yeshua did. He turned the other cheek. You know, he buried it. But like you said, but verse 40, and if any man shall sue you at the law and take away your coat, let him have your cloak also. And whosoever shall compel you to go a mile, go with him twine. You know, and they challenge you 1 mile, go 2 miles. Give to him that asks you, and from him that will borrow of you, turn not away. You have heard that it has been said, you shall love your neighbors and hate your enemies. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, and do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. And again, Yeshua is saying that again in verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that they may be the children of your Father, Abba, which is in Shamrim, for he makes his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and send rain on the just and on the unjust. And I like how Yeshua says that, because he said in verse 45 that may be the children of your Father, which is in Shamrim, for he makes the sun to rise on the evil and on the good. And he says right here in verse 44, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be the children of your Father. You may, again, talking about us, that we may be the children, because we can easily get out of line and not be the children of Yah. You know? For he rises the sun to raise on the evil and on the good, and send rain on the just and on the unjust. You know? And that's what Yahuwah is telling us on these things. But like we rehearsed the fruits when Yeshua was talking about, and the Apostle Peter was talking about, Apostle Paul was talking about. These are the things that we need to work on our inner man. Every day we work with these things because we already know we flesh and blood, and we already know we got the temper. And the temper is Satan. You know what Satan be doing. He says, cast a stone and make it bread, you know. And he said, and Yeshua says, man should not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yah. So don't make it your doing. You know you can make this bread stone, make this stone bread. You know you have that power. You know, like I said, James said, don't leave your cloak as malicious. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose your good for evil. You know, and that's what Apostle James was talking about. And the same thing with I should have lost my train of thought. But thank you, y'all. You know, I was saying, thank you, y'all. I'll be weak, you say right now in Yeshua's name. You lose my thought like that, train of thought on that. But like I said, when Yeshua was talking about the inner man, talking about the fruits and stuff we have, you know, our inner man, we need to work it every day, you know, in our inner man. As we walk in this day, even though we know the temper, and he wants us to change things by making bread, making stone into bread. Don't use our own power like that. You know, you just got to use every word to see out of Yah's mouth. So we need to look at the word of Yah. And we come to a point of some situation, we need to go to the word of Yah. Every word that we see out of his mouth. There's sometimes that you need to check somebody. You know, like Yeshua told Peter, get behind me. You know, Satan, he said that. Because Peter wasn't speaking right. And then he told the son of Zebedee, John and James, said, you don't know what manner of spirit that you are. When they was asked to cast down fire to burn the city of Samaria, one of Samaria's cities. Should be like Ezekiel, like Elijah, and asked to burn down fire. You know, and Yeshua turned back and said, you don't know what manner of spirit. That means you were saying that you was evil at the time. You had a bad spirit. But Yeshua said, we need to pray for these people. That they may come to know the Yeshua, the HaMashiach that we know. You need to come. They need they may see your works and glorify Yah by being self-controlled and temperance, by being peaceful and meekness, and like you said, being merciful. Yeshua is saying all these things, and he said, blessed are you with these things. That's what we need to be. And that's why I shared about Mr. Amos, you know, as this gentleman, that he had a lot of these fruits in him, man. These characters that I seen, that, you know, out in a man, you don't see that much. That's what caught my attention. You know, that's why I think Yeshua is our examples. And we need to be like Yeshua. We need to have the mind of the Mashiach. I share that all the time, having the mind of the Mashiach. And having the mindset is to do our Heavenly Father's work, to please Him. And like I said, we're going to run across people in this time frame that's going to get on the rough edges, you know. We're going to get on the wrong side. It's many times we're going to run across people like that. But how are we going to act to them? How are we going to come through the Mashiach with them? Well, let's go to Colossians. Colossians. Thank you, Yahuwah. Chapter 3. He says, ye then be risen with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where the Mashiach sits on the right hand of Yah. Verse 2 of chapter 3. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. For you are dead, and your life is hid with the Mashiach, in Yah. When the Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore the members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil conceptions, and controversies, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of Yah comes on the children of disobedient, and that which you also walked some time, and you lived in them, But now you have also put off all these things: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that you have put off the old man with his deeds. That's one thing we're talking about, the old man. Verse 10, and have put on a new man. That's the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him, which you know is the Mashiach, that created him. Whether there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision or uncircumcision, barren, Scythian, bond or free, but the Mashiach is all and in all. Put on therefore all as the elect of Yah, Kadesh and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as the Mashiach forgave you, so also do you. And above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfections. All right. And again, I like verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of Yah, holy and beloved, Kadesh and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. All right? Verse 15. And let the peace of Yah rule in your heart, to the which also you are called in one body, and be thankful. Called in one body. Let the word of the Mashiach dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to Elohim. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Yeshua Mashiach, giving thanks to Yah and the Father by him. All right. Again, this is what Apostle Paul is speaking to the Colossian church up there. But I like how he says this in verse 12. He said, the bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering. Verse 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the things of him that created him. Renewed in knowledge. How are you renewed in knowledge? When you come to the Mashiach, you are renewed in knowledge. The old man is perished, but the new and brand new thing, new man is brand new. We come into the knowledge of the Mashiach. We are learning. We are learning. All right, these are some things I just want to speak about of the fruits. Some things that we need to work on ourselves daily, and that makes you a man of Yah. If you work this, the spiritual man, the inside things, and it's tough. Because we already know the flesh wants to do its own thing. The lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, the pride of life, these things of the world. It doesn't talk about the bowels of humbleness and the mercy, the kindness, the meekness, the gentleness. It don't even mention that. The flesh and the eyes and the pride. You don't even come near being the merciful, the humbleness, the meekness, the kindness, the long-suffering, the gentleness. When you do all them, you're moving the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. These are the world and not of the Father. That's what Apostle Yochanan says. Yochanan said these things. Okay. Again, TV Land, open the doors to you for salvation. Again, if you're not saved, you're not baptized in Yeshua's name, you're still in sin. So I give you an opportunity to get it right. Give me a call and we will go over these doctrines, the scriptures, and I will share with you what you must do to be saved. All right, to TV Land, to Pastor, all my pastors in India, I say salutations to you, Pastor Jacob, Pastor Cabela, Pastor Colston, Bishop Kadori, still here in the States. I ask you to still continue to keep him in prayer. He'll be living out in September the 30th back to India. We pray for travel mercies to you, Bishop Kadori. The sound of my voice, you hear this? With the sound of my voice, he's speaking Travel Mercies as well. TV Land, I'll be going to Burundi in October 22nd and asking for Travel Mercies there and back too as well. Again, TV Land, the sound of my voice, I will be at the fairgrounds 26th of September to October the 6th of 2019 in the Craven County Fair. If anybody that sound of my voice, you're welcome to come out there. I'll be selling the Yahushua shirts, the Jesus shirts, and any other stuff to provide money so I can go there to Cush and help with building the churches over there, to buy lands, to fix the roofs, the buildings and stuff like that, little stuff like that. So I greet you and invite you out there to the Craven County Fair. And anybody else that sound of my voice, I speak blessings to you. May Yahuwah bless thee and keep thee. May Yahuwah make his face shine upon thee, be gracious to thee. May Yahuwah look at his countenance upon you, give peace in Yeshua's name. May Yah make you ride on a high place of earth and feed your heritage of Yaakov, with the heritage of Yosefo, with the heritage of Abraham, for the mouth of Yah spoken it, for the mouth of Yah spoken it, for the mouth of Yah spoken in Yeshua's name. Amen.